if you're a young adult, if you're a teenager, just stop and listen to this message that I'm bringing to you today. Okay, I have something to say to you. Being unserious with your studies can lead you to olodoship. Being unserious with your studies can lead you to olodoship. Do you know what that means? Do you know what olodoship means? Have you heard that word before? Of course you haven't, because this is a word I drafted from olodo, which is not even an English word. Okay, so olodo means being a dummy. Okay, being a dummy. I'll tell you why I started to tell you this. Okay, jam results are beginning to be out or are already out, and people are getting to, a lot of teenagers, who put this past jam are already beginning to see their results, and some of them are smiling and some are crying and some are like regretting, why didn't I study, why didn't I. Okay, and that's why, exactly why I'm doing this video. Okay, I did jam 5 times, 5 good times. The first time, second time, third time, and that was like 5 years. In 5 years I was just doing jam. I did my WAEC and I passed. I cleared all my results. I was never an olodo, never. Before you jump into saying you are an olodo, no, I wasn't. All right, I did jam 5 times. The first year was when I was already graduating from secondary school, and my result was not up to the course I wanted to study. And then I had to wait for another year. The second year, I did another jam. This time, I did not enroll for any jam classes. Nothing. I did not study. I did not read. Okay? I did not read. I just waited for the exam day. I picked up my pen and pencil and went into the exam hall and I did the exam. And of course, trust what the results. The results came out lower than last year's. And again, I had to stay home for another year. Right? So the third results came out worse than the previous one. Right? Of course, worse. Worse than the first one. So I had to stay home again the fourth year. So the fourth year again, remember, the topic today is being unserious with the studies can lead you to olodoship. So the fourth one, I was also careless, no guidance, no advice from anyone, nothing. The fourth year, I stood up again and went to do the jam, and of course, this was even the lowest so far. And also at that time, my younger ones were already, of course, getting into university and even graduating from university, and I was still writing jam. Hey, my mates were already graduating from school, and I was still writing jam. And after that fourth one, I sat down and had a rethink. That what pathway am I choosing? What am I doing wrong? What am I not doing right? It was then it dawned on me that I wasn't studying. I wasn't taking my education or my studies seriously. Remember, being unserious with your studies can lead you to leadership, and that was exactly what happened to me. I was being led to. I wasn't a lodo, but because I was unserious with my studies, I was led to becoming an olodo. Choice. Okay, a lot of people are not destined to be olodos, but a lot of teenagers, a lot of young adults are deciding to be olodos. Results are coming out now, and some of you are like, how did I not? But I thought I read, I thought I studied, that's a thought. Okay, your result is already showing you that you needed to have studied more, but of course you chose not to, and now the result is glaring at your face, looking at just there, right there before your face, and you're not liking what you're seeing. Being unserious with your studies can lead you to olodoship. So teenagers and young adults, I'm bringing to you the message of choice today. What choice are you making today that will determine your next 1 year, your next 2 years, your next 3 years, your next 4 years, your next 5 years? What choice are you making? I started studying life, because of the things I went through in life. I was stubborn, let me tell you guys. Hey, that's why today when I'm handling teenagers, none of them can stand my stubbornness. So even up to now, right? I tell them that there's no way you want to display stubbornness that I will not detect it, that I will not be able to handle it, because that us we're the ones that invented stubbornness, right? And that's why I tell people these days that discover what you are. Are you stubborn or are you stupid? Are you stubborn or are you stupid? Okay, when you see something that will benefit your life, will enhance your life, will make you become who you're destined to be, okay, and you are rejecting it, shifting your life away from it, you are not embracing it, you are against anyone who is trying to show you that you're following the wrong path, then trust me, it's a simple thing. You are stupid. Okay, you can only be rightly stubborn when you say this is the pathway that I've chosen, that I know it will make me become who I'm destined to be. And you are, blocking your ears against naysayers, against discouragers, against dream killers. Okay, and they are wanting you to take another pathway, and you're telling that this is the pathway I'm convinced that will lead me to my destiny. In that way, that you're stubborn, and that's fine. But when you are stupid and everybody's saying what you're doing is wrong, and you know deep down in you that what you're doing is wrong, but you have decided to be doing it because of pride, because of, then you are definitely stupid. And that was what I was. I was progressing in stupidity, and I didn't want anybody to tell me anything, right? But I started learning from my own mistakes. And that is why I tell people about teachable moments. Teachable moments. Okay, be teachable. Be teachable. Don't wait until you make that mistake, until you fall into that mistake, until you fall into that pit, before you realize that you're taking the wrong path. You can learn from other people. Look around you. What has this benefited this? What has this benefited this? Learn from people's experiences. When you hear something that happened to someone, when you hear that so and so got pregnant, right? And her education is now distorted or something like that, don't sit back and gossip it and laugh over it and mock the person. Ask yourself, what could this person have done right? How can I learn from this? Grab the things that you can learn from it and become wiser through other people's mistakes. Don't wait until it happens to you before you learn. Okay, we are talking about choices anyway. Being unserious in the studies can lead you to olodoship. Some of you are not destined to be olodo, but unfortunately you're just displaying olodo tendencies because you're chosen the path of olodoship. So, okay, teenagers, young adults, let's get serious. Okay, so today is about choice. What choices are you taking? What choices are you making? What decisions are you making today pertaining your life, pertaining your destiny? If you look around you, if you check your life and it seems like you are not progressing in the path that you know have you envisage about your life, what you see in your mind's eyes about your destiny. Teenagers, they're young adults, if you're not taking the right path, this is time for you to pause. Okay, hold on a bit, hold it and ask yourself, reflect, examine yourself, and begin to ask yourself, is this the path that most successful people, most notable people, most people who have made significant impact in life, is it the path that they took? If that's not the path, sweetheart, it's time for you to, I say, hold on, just pause like this, okay? And begin to redirect, begin to reverse, begin to take a U-turn, okay? And find your path. And when you found your path, then it's time for you to become stubborn. If that's now your path and you're sure, it's time for you to become stubborn against dream killers, okay? And that's the topic we're going to take the next time. But for now, please remember, life is about choice. Whatever choice you have taken, whatever choice you decide to take today will determine your future, will determine your pathway, will determine your destiny. Remember what Deuteronomy chapter 30, 15 to 19 says? It talks about choice. God himself is giving you the choice to choose. So whatever you choose is on you, right? Whatever you choose is, now you sabi, kind of. Okay, but God, of course, being a father, went ahead to say choose life. Okay, so the definition of life for me is choice. Whatever choice you take becomes your life. All right. And in the book of Joshua chapter 24, 15, I think, and we hear, choose for yourself today whom you will serve. As for me and my household, we have chosen the best. We have chosen what we are sure of. We have chosen a living God. What are you choosing today? What are you choosing today? What are you choosing? So let me round up with God's word. Choose life, that you will enjoy life. So if you have not started following the channel, I don't know what you're waiting for, because we are here for you as a teenager, as a young adult. This page is for you. This channel is for you. So if you have not started following, do well to subscribe right now and do well to follow right now, okay? Because we'll be bringing up topics that will help you fine-tune your path, enjoy your path, and become who God has destined you to be. So see you in our next video.